5 steps. Try, fail, learn, fix, try again.
Muhammad, great to see you, man. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
We were letting them know, man. This is one of your creations right here.
It is.
Where are we at right now?
Bugatti Residences.
And this is the first Bugatti residence in the world.
The first and only.
What goes into that? I mean, you partnered up with one of the biggest, most renowned, most credible companies in the world. How is that even possible?
I mean, I think there's a lot of passion that goes into that. You gotta be obsessed with everything you do, you know. Wake up every day obsessed with your goals, obsessed with what you want to achieve in life, and literally grind.
Growing up, did you think that this was possible? That you were gonna, have your name on the side of the buildings, working with some of the biggest companies in the world? I mean, literally putting up their skyscrapers.
You know, it's funny you ask, because I had a lot of Bugatti posters in my room being a kid, but I would have never dreamed to actually achieve something like this any day.
When you were starting out in the business, were there a lot of no's? Did you have any failures? Were there a lot of downsides?
Plenty.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of no's in my life.
Like you said, you didn't take no for the answer.
I mean, I think the more and more successful you become in life, the more you realize that you're gonna fail a lot and you're gonna get a lot of rejection. And part of becoming successful is that maturity of your mindset, that understanding that you're not always gonna get the answer you want, and then you've got to navigate towards the answer you want.
But your progression of that vertical integration, when you started out in the real estate business, were you selling properties, were you brokering? Like before you had the factories, before you had the steel manufacturing and whatnot, how did you come about, kind of obtaining all the different verticals?
This is something I learned in business in general. You never have the full picture from day one. You just got to start and navigate your way through. And one of the best quotes I like about this is in the book of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the ruler of Dubai, and he says, when a bee starts its day, it doesn't know its full plan. It just leaves and starts harvesting the honey. And same thing with birds. And I think you never have a plan that's fully perfect from day one. You just start and you navigate your way through, and you learn, you fail, you fix, and ultimately you figure out a way. When you're thrown in the ocean in a stormy day, you either drown or you swim.
Now, you know what I love? You got the Bugatti right there with the Bugatti building right here.
It would be inappropriate to drive a different car.
I love that. Let's check it out. It's never been done before.
No, it's we literally have 2 car elevators to take your Bugatti into your penthouse, park it in front of your office, and work from home looking at your car.
Is it a requirement that in order to live here you have to have a Bugatti?
Well, I mean, I'd like to think you would have one if you're buying here, but I think ultimately this is for everyone who appreciates things that are finer in life. We have very interesting clients who have bought. Neymar Jr., footballer, he bought one here.
Yeah.
Andrea Bocelli. So yeah, very interesting names.
You're known as one of the fastest developers in the region.
Correct.
What's the secret to that speed?
I think, again, it goes back to the vertical integration. We have our own workforce, all in-house. We have our factories.
So like these construction companies, do you own the companies or are they contract?
Yes,
you do.
Everything, literally. Everything that goes into building the product, we control and we own. And ultimately what that gives you is agility when it comes to speed, quality, and cost, obviously.
Did you kind of acquire these companies or did you start them from the ground up?
Mostly started from the ground up. Some acquired, actually. So some opportunities seen here and there. Steel factory, acquire it, upgrade it, and ultimately supports you in building much faster.
Fascinating, man. So what number building is this for you? I think you've done how many, 60 complexes or something?
A little bit closer to 100.
100 complexes, man?
Yeah.
What's the biggest thing that you've changed since the very beginning? I would imagine the first one wasn't super easy.
Absolutely. I think the biggest lesson I learned when building these complexes is focusing on quality and letting the product talk for itself. So we do a lot of marketing, of course, as a brand, on a global scale. But I think the best companies out there worldwide are the companies that have products that market themselves. You don't need to say anything. The product speaks for itself.
You have the architect background.
Yes.
Do you have a lot of input in the design process for the building?
Oh, I'm always on site.
Are you actually?
Yeah, probably more than the time I spend in office.
What do you look for in people when you're building a business?
One of my favorite quotes, I think, was by the CEO of Blackstone. He said, every organization has 6 out of 10s, 7 out of 10s, 8 out of 10s. And then he's like, if you want to build something truly great, you got to focus on having 9s out of 10s and 10s out of 10s only.
A players.
Absolutely. And he said the difference between an 8 out of 10 and a 10 out of 10 is huge.
What is that difference that you see most of the time that separates an 8 from a 10?
If I have to tell them what to do, they're not in the right place.
Hear that one? Say that again.
If I have to tell someone what to do or how to do their job, they're not in the right place.
So let's talk.
We have a saying in Arabic. We say once the chick is born from the egg, it knows how to walk. Or once the duckling is born, it knows how to swim. So a person who is good at what they do should know what to do without you telling them what to do. And they should be way better than you as their boss to show you how something should be done. A lot of people talk about micromanagement and how it's bad and everything. I don't believe in micromanagement. I believe in passion management. So If you're involved in everything, it's okay. But as long as you're empowering people who are specialized in something and know more than you're letting them play and you're letting them do their thing and take your product to a whole other level, or your company, you want to bring those sort of people into your business.
What is your mindset and long-term vision and thought process like for your company and what you're building today? What are you thinking?
It's definitely long-term. For me, there's no set term. It's like till the day I die. And it's just part of your lifestyle. You get used to it. It's almost like if you're an athlete and you're working out. You don't think, I'm going to work out for 10 years in my life and then I'm going to stop because my body is good now. It's just part of your lifestyle and becomes part of your daily routine, your grind every day. And once you approach work like that, you build consistency. And I think in my mind, consistency is the most important ingredient towards success. There are a lot of smart people out there who haven't made it, and a lot of less smart people who are more consistent who have made it. So I think consistency plays a big role in being about, being able to fail, fall, and then get up every time and just continue like nothing happened. And I think it's successful people are like that.
At 31, if you lost everything tomorrow, could you make it back?
Absolutely.
What would you do?
Just start again. And all the lessons I learned, you understand the process, so you know that it's okay to fail.
Yeah.
Being an entrepreneur, you're going to fail every day. Even when you are successful, there's one thing you're not going to get fully right. Secret recipe to success is try, fail, learn, fix, try again. 5 steps.
Love it. The 5 steps. Yeah. Muhammad, I'm going to ask you, if me and you died tomorrow and you had one last message to leave with the younger generation, what would that be?
I think it's to leave something valuable behind, whether it's a project, a product, something that changes people's lives positively whilst, making money for you. And I think the most successful companies worldwide do that exactly. So I think if you're able to solve a big problem, that's what you want to do, that's what you want to leave behind, and ultimately that becomes your legacy.
When I last interviewed you, I learned that one of your secrets to success was your belief in your faith in God. You said that you've seen miracles happen in your life.
Yes.
How do you rely on your faith when times get tough?
But ultimately, I think back to miracles, I asked for miracles in my life, and I think it's when you're so hopeless and you reach that point where you've done everything you could have done, but you're still failing. And then ultimately, one of those follow-ups that you thought would never end up being a deal or a successful milestone suddenly becomes a breakthrough. And you had asked for that in a prayer. So that makes you believe that miracles exist and ultimately God exists.
I love that.